There's Teresa Jukowicz. Shalom. Hi. And Christy Hubbard. And George. Hello. Shalom. Welcome to the live stream. So, I guess you guys saw the notice. Can you tell me if you saw it on YouTube or Instagram? There's Gallery PSP. Hello. Kyle M. Shalom. SK. Teresa Jukowicz is saying do a thumbs up. There's Aid. Hey, Aid, how are you doing? You two are moderators in here, so if people need, whatever, you're yeah. Shalom, YouTube notification. Okay. Good to know. All right, so I know of at least one person in here, and there's the Lamp Keeper's Journey. And Rachel Hidehouse. Now it's like 3. Shalom! Thank you for supporting the channel. You, Lamp Keeper, and Rachel, and Teresa, thank you for being a moderator. And Patty Sanchez, thank you for supporting the channel. You guys get a special call out as part of your benefits. And Rachel, I did upload some more stuff on the story, and I know that you have probably already seen it at least once, but I'm continuing to write on it too. So there'll be more stuff, and if you have any suggestions or anything, go ahead and say something in the comments. Salty Gal, welcome. So at least some of you were at the Refuge Ruckus this past weekend. And I wanted to do an after action review, and just that I wanted to tell a few of you what it was like, and then also to give my impressions of it, I guess, would be kind of, and you guys, I wanted to ask you what you thought of it too, like, do you remember your favorite part and things like that? Now, Teresa and Aid, if the trolls come in and they're not saying anything offensive, if they're just saying like, hi, or what are you up to, or whatever, you don't have to ban them. But if they're like promoting anything that we don't stand for, or if they're saying inappropriate things, absolutely, take them right out. Lost Light, shalom, great to meet you at PJ and the Ruckus. So Lost Light was there, and she is an amazing human being. She brought us maple syrup, handmade, and it was perfect timing because our syrup this year just didn't do anything at all. And so she kind of saved us, and she's energetic and friendly and just a lovely human being. I really enjoyed meeting you too. Walking with my friends was my favorite part, said Rachel. And Rachel did not choose to like spend the whole time there, but she did come for the walk, and she walked more than was required. If I remember, we were supposed to walk 3 laps, and some people kept going and going and going. So, they wanted to, show their dedication to the purpose. Yeah, see, so, that one's kind of, yeah. It's right on the edge. Like, I'm not smoking anything. I don't smoke anything. Okay. So just to let you know kind of what it was like, Thursday, the guest speakers showed up in the evening because there was a meeting to get briefed on, how the guest speaking was going to go. And PJ and I were asked to be guest speakers, and there were others. The Angry Prepper was going to be one, but he had some kind of emergency, so he didn't make it. But like Cosmopolitan Cornbread was there, and Luke Abafi, who did The Way. What a nice guy he is. I really enjoyed meeting him and talking to him. And he's got a podcast coming out. I guess he's done The Way was a documentary, The Truth is a book, and now he's got a podcast called The Life. And I don't know all the details about that. I just know that he was working on it while he was there, and we just had a hoot talking with him about different things. So that came on Thursday evening. And then we went out to eat, Pastor and I went out to eat at a nearby restaurant and got Thai curry, and it was absolutely delicious. It was really good Thai food. Is Wes S in here now? There's Bear and Jim. Shalom and howdy from Texas. Lost Light's like, me too, definitely training for the next one. Yeah, I've already uploaded, and so have other people. I think I've uploaded 2 shorts on Instagram. If you just put in your search like hashtag Refuge Ruckus, I've already uploaded 2 shorts from video I took during the walk. And PJ and I had already decided we were not going to walk. I wasn't sure how, like obviously I walk every day here on the property, but I didn't know if I could walk 2 or 3 miles on concrete. And so I didn't want to say yes if I couldn't finish it. And Pastor wasn't sure about his one knee. And while we were standing around in the crowd, and I'll probably have at least one short either on Instagram or YouTube with a standing around in the crowd inside, because the other ones are people from already walking. What was I now get all into all the details and I forget my train of thought. We weren't going to walk, but we were standing around with everybody inside, and we just got motivated. Everyone started leaving. It was like a little mini exodus from the convention center outside and get ready to start. And so we kind of were filming and talking to people and just kept going. Like I went 2 times around, like I said, and the whole time I was chatting with people. So that was really cool. Christy Hubbard, I loved being surrounded by so many amazing people. There were really a lot of, well, there was over 200. Oh, okay. Can't believe I'm getting a phone call in the middle of a live stream. Yeah, over 200 people. Only a few that I wasn't excited to see. The rest, great, friendly, supportive. The prep day Friday was the day we did our speaking, and that was really nerve-wracking for me because I've never really spoken in front of a crowd that big in a really formal way. Like I've been a substitute teacher and I've been a Girl Scout leader, so I talked to kids and I talked to their parents, but I never was like, okay, I'm giving the presentation. But luckily PJ had done it a million times, and he had, photos for us to talk about and a plan about what we were going to say. And so I thought that went pretty smooth, and all the support around it, the sound people, and there were tables for people to sit at, and there were some lights on the walls and some music in the background. I thought all that went really well. And we spoke, we had about an hour, and so we did that. And then there was a break for people to go out in the hallway for vendors, and PJ and I went out there. The Refuge medical table had copies of our books, and we signed books and chatted with people in that time frame. And then PJ and I had to zip back, had to take a break for like 2 to 3 hours, and then came back in the afternoon. There were still more vendor time, and then there were more speakers, and I split my time between Luke Abafi and the Angry Viking therapist, who also was there, and both of them did a great job during their speeches. Both different topics, but both of them very comfortable, had pictures on the screen and all that. So that was Friday. And then I can't remember I think there was a meal for like the staff and stuff, and Pastor and I got to go hang out, and we talked till late in the night, till like 1. And then there was the group Shabbat thing, which was like 1:30 in the afternoon, so everybody got to sleep in. And the hotel had room service if you were hungry, but obviously on Shabbat you don't go buy any food. We had brought some food, and there was some food also provided. And then there was like over 200 people in that Shabbat service, and it was the Torah portion reading. It wasn't like one person stood up and gave a sermon. It was read the Torah portion, lots of comments, lots of really informative stuff going on. So let me, oh, hey, welcome, Wes. Let me look at your comments, and then I'll go on from there. NWA Prepper looked like a great time as well as a great fundraiser. Yeah, it was both. Really good turnout, really good fellowship. And you were mentioned a few times too. I don't know if your ears were burning, but there were some stories about you and how wonderful you are. Can't wait to be able to join some of these events and finally meet some of my online friends, right? We should have done it here. We'll have to next time. Right. And so they did say, like, if you wanted to do a virtual ruck in your area and film yourself, you could do that as well. And I think it would be really exciting. And this is an idea. I just uploaded a video on this idea as well. During the Midrash and the Torah reading, it kind of struck me that, you know, there's several people that we know who are without a group fellowship. And instead of everybody thinking, oh, wow, somehow I've got to get to the area at the Ozarks, because not everybody can do that. Start your own thing in your own area. And I know some of you are very isolated. That might not work for you. But if you are within, 2 hours of other human beings, you can start setting up your own Shabbat services, your own Shabbat sharing. Come read the Torah portion. Get it out somehow publicly on whatever bulletin board or Facebook thing or, Pinterest thing, and just start. I'm not guaranteeing people will come, but I know there are people who are always looking to find some fellowship. And so if even 1 or 6 or whatever out of the 250 people who were at Ruckus then go home and go, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to make sure on a Saturday my house is clean and I've got some food already prepared and I've got some chairs and some tables, and it'll be the living room or the backyard or the deck, or maybe there's a park near you, and I'm just going to start broadcasting in my local paper, Torah observant meeting every Shabbat. Because we knew a family who did that in a park, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and they would set up tables and people would bring food, and pretty soon there's 50 to 100 people wanting to get together on Shabbat, and no one hosting it in their home. So that's kind of a thing. You could pre-start that yourself now. You could pre-start advertising for Ruckus as soon as you hear the date for next year, and maybe be a speaker at some communities or some churches or whatever in your area to kind of drum up, if you're against human trafficking, we're going to have this event kind of thing. Anyway, I'm way off topic. Let me keep going. Hard to chat with a puppy trying to eat you. It sure is. Yeah, so much great energy there. And I think that comes from just believers gathering together, united in a purpose. And it wasn't just for the fundraising. I mean, a lot of people were looking forward to the fellowship, and a lot of people were looking forward to the walk, to just walk and talk. Okay, presenting is just talking to more people. I still get nervous every time. I want to order a copy of your book from Refuge Medical. Well, I'm pretty sure it's in their store now, so please do. PJ does not have a problem with talking when the subject of the listener is worth the effort. And he wasn't the only one. I talked so much, my jaw was sore. And people had questions. The other thing about the gathering together was there were some people there very new to the way. And so they had questions, and it was a perfect time for them to get some questions answered. Not only that, Luca Baffy's documentary, The Way, was available for sale at that event. And that's another really good resource to get explanations of what people are thinking and how they came to this conclusion, and so on. I always talk about Travis behind his back. I always talk about everybody. I admire your efforts. There will surely be a great resource when the bad stuff gets real. Norman family from Scotland, right? It was nice to see you this weekend, SK. Cindy, it was also nice to see you. And I think we baptized someone together, right? Yeah, good catch. Now remember, if the trolls are saying something dumb, leave them in here. It's good for my numbers. But if they're saying something offensive, boot them right off. All right. We met people near us that had no fellowship. We invited them to where we fellowship. Hope to see them there. See? There's Sheepdog Tanker. Shalom. Now, if you all were there and I didn't know, like if your name is Paul but you're also someone else, you have an online name and you were there, please speak up about that. Give your opinion. Like tell the peeps who are here what it was like for you and what you liked about it. Like your favorite moment. Hi, Sister Kate and everyone. Just came in from cleaning up in the area for a new garden space. Hope you're all doing well. Yay! I planted peas today. And what about all the baptisms? Now, when I got there, I didn't realize they were going to do the baptisms. And apparently it's something that Grindstone does every time they do a trip somewhere to help people, victims of disasters. I think it's a wonderful idea to have a baptismal pool or whatever ready if someone's got the Spirit moving on them. And there were 42 out of the 200 and some people there were 42 baptisms. That's like almost 20% of the people there felt the Spirit move and wanted to be baptized. And when you're baptized, it's an outward expression of your inward belief. So it means that you understand what's being said, you agree with it, and you will then dedicate yourself to walk in the way. And one of the men baptizing is a good friend of ours, and he put it this way: you are agreeing to be a servant of God, is what you're doing. You're entering into covenant with him, and now it's time for you to start your new life and your new walk. And be aware, you've just made an agreement, so you can't just, I changed my mind. He expects some certain things out of you, and it's time for you to put those into action. There is Jesus. Shalom. Fire call. Gotta go. Thanks for the live. Thanks for showing up. 42 baptisms, says Kyle. Yes, we did. It was a great experience, and it was an honor. It's an honor when someone says, I would like you to be there at my baptism or for you to baptize me. Now, we are of the notion that you can basically baptize yourself or have anyone else. It doesn't have to be a pastor. John the Baptist was just a prophet, in the wilderness, Jesus' cousin. When Stephen is walking in the desert and the Nubian eunuch finds him and says, hey, what is this? You know what I'm saying? He's like, okay, let me explain to you the book of Isaiah. And then the eunuch's like, okay, I'm a believer. I get it. I want to join you all. And Stephen says, well, let's just find a puddle. There's a puddle over here. And they baptized right there. They didn't wait for John or Jesus to be there. It's that, you know what I'm saying? Coal miner's daughter. Hallelujah for the baptisms. Amen, sister. Yes, hallelujah. It was impressive. I was really, woo. All right. Palmetto paratrooper. So, brother, we were talking about the ruckus, the Refuge Ruckus, and what a really good time it was. And you'll have to watch the beginning of the live stream to get all the deets on the early part, but we were just at the the actual midrashing, the actual Shabbating, around 250 people there. Just a lot of information put out. Read some of the words, stand up, comment. Really good for the new believers to hear some of the perspectives of the believers who've been in this walk a long time and done the Torah portion more than once. And 42 baptisms. It was impressive. Shalom, Teresa says family. Yes, I've known her for almost 5 years. Yeah, I talked to her afterwards too. I don't know if you knew that, Cindy, but we had a very good discussion. And I think if things work out for the two of you to maybe be able to do the joint thing on your property, could be really beneficial for both parties involved. But that's not up to me. It's whatever your all's plans are. But yeah, we had a pretty good talk afterwards. Okay, so after the all the reading of the word was over, there were lunch boxes provided. They were already made up, and so people got to eat. And then there was a band there. I can't remember the name of it, and that's on me. I'm sure it's on the Refuge Medical website. And they played for another like 2.5 hours. And then Saturday evening, once the sun went down, a bunch of us sat around yakking again, and we got some food from the actual hotels. Like in the middle of the lobby, they had like a bar, but also you could order food. And we sat around talking, and again, a very late night, really late. And then we went to sleep and got up the next morning, and PJ and I were like, it was 6:30, I think, because the hour change had happened. And so walk was supposed to start at 8, but it's really starting at 7. So we shake ourselves out of bed. It's like, oh, I'm so tired. Well, we better go down and support everybody. So we drink a bunch of water, go down there, and the lobby is full of all the people who have already registered and gotten weighed and, turned in whatever paperwork they were going to turn in. And it was just awesome to be standing around in the middle of everybody. And then everybody filed out and got on the road and then did this walk. And it was good. The police and they had some police, like a police vehicle, and a couple of police officers, like at the start of it and maybe on the walk of it. J.A. Dudley was on a mobile bicycle filming and also was able to like radio people and if there were problems. I think that one duck has an issue with her foot, but it doesn't look real swollen or anything. It just looks painful. Well, she seems like she's getting along. Okay. So, there were people carrying banners. There were people who had made posters. There were all sorts of people in that walk, from older than me to ladies with babies. And one of the families is in one of my videos. There's some in the shorts reels on YouTube too. I just uploaded one there. There were young folks. There were people who jogged it. There were people who lapped the whole group as they went around. And then there were people who were like just walking along, not trying to race or anything. And it was just a really nice time. Okay, how many people showed up? 250. Slave to Servant was the band. That's right. Gotta run. My phone is overheating. Shalom, shalom. Okay, got all those. Live stream in a fire truck. I am not driving, and it's a long way. Okay, that sounds like a good time. Scotty John, shalom, Sister Kate. That's a pretty good turnout. Yes, it was. 77 was the oldest, and 7 weeks was the youngest. And there was a young lady who was walking and nursing her baby, which reminded me, and I told her like of the Aloha Run many, many years ago, when I was just like 6 weeks postpartum and had a cesarean, and we had signed up and like to get a t-shirt, and so I went ahead and did the Aloha Run, and I think that's like 9 point something miles, and just walked it with my stroller and my baby and my baby's godmother, and nursed the baby on the way, nursed my son on the way, just tucked him up under my shirt, and I just said, like, hey, if you're young and you're feeling it, do it. 7 days. Baby Bear was there. That's true. I don't know if Baby Bear actually walked. Dusty, wish I could have made it. Jason, just breathe. Shalom, folks. Hope you're well. Yeah. So, all in all, I told the sister who planned it that she did a really good job. They after the walk, they had more food, and they also did like a raffle. They had some gifts, and they handed out some gifts that were donated by people. The nicest one was an 1891 Mauser rifle, and there was like a knife and some really fancy wallets and stuff. And that was kind of the after party. But there were lots of people who also, did that and then needed to pack up and get ready to leave. And so Sunday night was another like sit around, talk, 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 talk. And then Pastor and I left the next day. But I think it was a successful event. I thought the sister who planned it had done pretty darn well. She said during part of the announcements, this year it's 250. Next year we want to plan for 1,000. And I'm not saying that that's going to happen or not. I'm just saying like the feeling there was really good. And I thought it was worth our time to go down there and be part of it. Don't worry about Jamie, y'all. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'd love to be there next year. Well, I'm sure they'll announce it if and when and I'm pretty sure they're already starting the planning right now. So you can kind of pencil in, it'll more than likely be the same time frame-ish. Who won the Grindstone Award? Oh my gosh, it was a person who wasn't there. Oh, man, maybe Lost Light remembers the name. That's a really good question. Maybe a James? And he had raised like $2,000 or something. I'd love to come next year and have my daughter baptized. Well, you can baptize her right there at your own house if you want to, but whatever you want to do. And it's probably actually better that she be older, because once you're in the way, it's not one of those things you want her to possibly later change her mind about. So she's fine. Children are innocent. Children are not responsible to the Lord unless, oh, thank you, Jason in Virginia. Nice. And just breathe. Remember, nice, you guys, thanks. Just unless she's older, unless you think she's adult enough to make a decision like that, just let her be a child in your household. She'll be fine. Bradley, I believe it was virtual, so went to Tara. I thought Tara won a gift. You guys, my memory about that is not as clear. I was really tired and really, really dehydrated that day and hungry. I don't think I ate till 5 o'clock. Let's see. A lady named Tara won, Lost Light says. I know who Tara was, and I remember her going up there. Maybe it was. She's a nice lady too, man. She was so sweet, and she came all the way from the East Coast. I've been wondering that if my husband could do it. He sure could. Okay. Everyone gives a thumbs up. My husband baptized all of us? Sure. Okay. I patronized Peach as well as you both are a shining light. Well, thank you. She got a basket too. Yes, said Lost Light. Thank you for this excellent advice. You are welcome. Yeah. All right. Does anybody else have anything? Anyone else who was there have anything else to add? And I'll wait a few minutes because I know there's kind of a lag sometimes. The geese and the ducks are a little miffed because I haven't fed them yet. I fed them this morning, but I usually feed them again when it's time to go to bed. But like, it's been rainy and the grass is growing, and it's like, y'all go out there and scavenge a little bit. Yeah. So Jason in West Virginia gets his shout out too. Hello, SK Warthog Survival in Virginia. Hello. Now, Warthog, we've just gone over our after action review of the Ruckus, the Refuge Refuge Ruckus, and so you'll have to watch this when it turns into a video to get all the deets. But still, welcome to the channel. And are there any more moderators left in here? Because we're getting just a couple. Just a couple of people who are being, inappropriate. Wonderful horseshoe. Hello from Newcastle, UK. Now, is Newcastle in the south or the north? You have the northern accent, or do you have more the southern accent? It is nice here, Esther. It is outdoorsy. The northern. So it's colder. It was more industrial. Am I right about this? Do you have a lot of pubs in your area, or are you one of those people who likes to hang out at the pub? I know I'm kind of dating myself. I haven't been to London or England in a while. But pub life is something that England had, hopefully still has, that America doesn't have that. Yes, I have a dog. Do you have a dog? Do you have more than one dog? What kind of dog do you have? Don't worry about Brittany and Ayana yet. And I love the channel name. I like Wonderful Horseshoe too. Are you a farrier? Yeah, not far from Scotland. Yes, plenty of pubs. I'll tell you what, pub food is really, it's probably not the healthiest, but man, I liked it. I really liked Cornish pasties. And of course, fish and chips. Blue heeler, he loves rounding up sheep. Blue heelers are the greatest thing for rounding up stuff. It's just in their blood. My dog died too. My dog died. Do you have a great house there? I have a house I built by hand. Can you show us your dog? I cannot. Not here right now. I can try to show you a duck. Or a goose. It's okay, guys. Don't get upset. It's okay, guys. Just napping. They're just napping right now. Hanging out in the sunlight. I like the habitat. Me too. Hey, there's Lone Star Living. Shalom. Cats, not so much, but I have some. Shalom, Lone Star. You look like a great person. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, cats can be very mean. Newcastle was famous for shipbuilding, and they should be, right? The British Navy was something to be feared, and still is to a certain amount. I think I may have watched a video blogger go around northern England to port towns and said that they're kind of falling apart. Is Newcastle still, doing okay? Well, thank you, Ayana's World. Shalom, Lost Light, says Lone Star Living. The live stream was all about the Ruckus Lone Star, but we've covered it all. So you might want to watch the live stream once it's a video if you want more of the details. I don't talk about that, Esther. Totally up to you, Brittany. That's not... Totally up to you. If you want to try to do something like that, you have to join the channel, and there's ways, or I guess in the chat here, but it's your choice. Newcastle is a great night out, says Aid. Well, there you go. If you get the Aid stamp of approval, then you are good. None of your beeswax. Long time no see. How you doing in the great cold north? The live stream was about the Refuge Ruckus to raise money and awareness for child trafficking. And if you watch this video after I get off the live stream, you can get all the details. I'm not going to go over it again, but it's good to see you, none of your beeswax. Every time someone says that, I think about you guys. I miss the ruckus. I wish we could have gone. We will be there next year. And they are saying they want to do another one, and they are going to plan. So if you really do want to try, just keep your eyes peeled, and they'll start advertising it. I can recommend it. Parmas Nazari. I'm Irani. Alrighty. Thanks. Well, SK got famous, and now she's a troll magnet. I guess you have to take the good with the bad. Well, and here's the thing, Lamb Keeper. If trolls are in here and they up your numbers, it's good for you. So I'm not opposed to them as long as they're not doing anything too offensive. It's good for the live stream. Hope y'all are well. I'm okay. I've had some health issues this spring. I've got a double hernia operation coming up that should be easy, laparoscopic. PJ's doing okay too in general. We're just old and creaky. You know how it is. I hope you guys are too. Yes, Lone Star, please do. I would love to meet you, Lone Star, if you do end up coming. Jesus is coming soon. I've heard that for 60 years. I will believe that when I see it. Sister 8,000. Really? Really? I have 8,000 subscribers now? Thank you, whoever else subscribed. Thank you very much. That helps me in my YouTube stuff and also for my own feel good about myself. Yeah, thank you very much. That's exciting, Teresa. We got him on a live stream. Woohoo! Thanks for letting me know, Teresa. Do you have a lot of nature animals? Ducks, chickens, a turkey, cats, dogs, sheep. Used to have goats, but because of the operation, I had to give them to someone else, but I might have more later. Yes, the trolls have gone crazy. Patty, thanks for the little... I love the little party emojis. They are fun. Trolls are only trolls if you acknowledge them. Oh my, we will continue to pray for you as always. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. What have you planted in your garden so far? Good question. I have peas, lettuce, kale. I have Brussels sprout that survived from last year. I have new Brussels sprouts from this year. I have oregano and strawberries that are also from last year. I planted some tomato seeds that have come up. And I have spinach that came up, and I picked a little of that and had it on a sandwich today, as well as some of the Brussels sprout leaves. And I think I planted some beets that have not come up yet. And then there's the walking onions. They come up on their own. Congratulations. It's not necessarily trolls. YouTube changed how to prioritize live streams. More people are getting notified. I had heard that, Patty Sanchez. And like if you have people who are also on YouTube and they are like, I don't know if they're your subscribers or your friends or whatever, but if they kind of watch what you watch, I guess they get a notification as well as you or something like that. I got little things on here. Can I put an effect on the live stream? Oh, I can make the live stream look glamorous? Oh, I never knew that. Look, it did something to the light. I'm going back to normal, though. I prefer normal. Congrats on the 8,000. And you guys have been part of it. Farmaw's been on here a long time. So has Teresa Jukowicz. You will always get ignorant people on live streams, unfortunately. I don't mind if they're ignorant. I don't even mind if they're, silly. But I do mind if they're offensive. That I don't appreciate. What you doing, ducks? See, there's some more ducks. There's the geese. Yeah. they're all saying it's late-ish. I mean, it's not really late, but you normally feed us right now. Get up and feed us. What did she doing, bro? What you doing, bro? Oh gosh, what is the name again? Wonderful. Okay, look, you guys, please. You need to quit, Maurice. He is such a loudmouth. All right, I guess I click that and that disappears, right? Yeah? Okay. Wonderful Horseshoe, I just need you to do me one favor. I know you've just gotten on the live stream. It's probably your first one with me. If you could 3D fax me some fish and chips, I would love that. Aid is on here and he can testify there just aren't good fish and chips in the US. They're okay food, they're not the same. And I'm jonesing for them. He was kind enough to get for me 2 Lion bars, which were still are like one of my favorite chocolate bars ever. But I don't need chocolate right now. You know what I'm saying? That's not much to ask, right? All right. 800,000 subscriber. Aw, well that was sweet. Powerful Breps. How we doing, y'all? We were talking about the ruckus. I don't know if you were there. If you were, please let us know what you thought of it. If you weren't, you'll have to watch the live after it turns into a video to get all the details. Nothing. I'm giving you nothing for 3 emeralds. Kitchen wall phone. Thank you. Congratulations. Show ducks, please. I did, right? I showed the ducks. Ta-da! Geese also. All right, lots of things deleted. There's a duck pic. Beets take a while, says Jason. Yeah, I figured. I'm not that worried. Also potatoes. I planted potatoes. None of them have come up, but I know they take a while. The soil has to get to a temperature, and then they start coming up. And I also have turnips. I planted a big plot of turnips, and they're already coming up. I love turnip greens. All right, so I see some people have been very naughty. They're getting timed out all over the place. Good catch, all y'all. Good catch. JC Fixer, late as usual. Good to see you, Sister Kate. Let's see. Something, I'm sure Layla's like, I'm from Brazil. We have great fish and chips here. Come for a visit. Gotta have fresh walleye or perch. They're not walleye or perch, though. They're cod, y'all. But I'm sure, like I said, they're probably still delicious. Oh, yeah. Look at you guys. What a silly goose. It's 10 p.m. in the UK. Yeah, you're 6 hours different. You're country glam, SK. Yes. Patty, I bet they do. Our cat is happy the Martin's back. She loves to torment them. I don't even know if my, what are they called? Hummingbirds are going to come back because of the cats. My cat was just fascinated at the feeder, and I don't know if she caught any or not, but she sure looked like she wanted to. The ducks are having a party. Can't wait to start our garden. Farmhouse garden is always impressive. Oh, my cats love her duck videos. That's hilarious. None of your beeswax. I retired, so now I'm a full-time rancher and gardener. Tell me what you ranch, none of your beeswax. Sounds like your garden is going well. Every time we look at our walking onions, we think of you. They are going gangbusters, as always. I just shipped some, too, to Sabbath Lounge, because they did the very first interview on my book, and I told them I would, and I forgot, like, for months, and I finally put them in the mail, and I sent him some like green and some of the dried ones, and I said, just plant them. Just plant them. It doesn't matter what condition they're in, they're gonna take. They're really cool. All right, let's see. Let me get back up here. Ooh, the sun is so hot. Come for a visit. Good. Late as usual. Also American. Okay, lots and lots of no-no-nos. About to plant white radish, and they'll be ready in a month. That's what's awesome about radish. I'm American and Brazilian, but I live in Brazil. Well, there you go. What do you do for a living? I am retired. Well, that's not true. I'm technically an officer in a corporation that includes my husband and I. But really, I do some stuff for that. I do paperwork and things like that, accounting and stuff. But really, we're kind of retired. Beef Master Cattle sounds tasty. Hey, where are the people? There are no people here save me. I'm the only one. It's my live stream. I was going to say something for JC Fixer. The live stream was all about Refuge's Ruckus, but we did that in about the first half hour. So if you want to know the details of it, this will turn into a video when I get off of the live, and then you can watch, and we cover the details in the first half hour of it. Jason, you're a neo-pioneer, as PJ says. Yes, that's a phrase I came up with too, ironically. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to get going. I am starting to get way too hot, and my mouth is getting dry, and I didn't bring a drink, and I should have, because whenever I talk this long, I start to get thirsty. I appreciate everyone of you who showed up, and everyone who also participated in the ruckus. Even people who've shown up that didn't normally show up. I appreciate you being here. It's good for my thing. And good to see all my supporters and channel joiners and crew members and everybody else. Oh, thank you, JC. Bless you all. Shalom, y'all. I'll show you the ducks one more time before I turn it off. Just chilling like a villain. All right, shalom. Okay, there we go. Yep.